Have you ever wondered why, no matter how hard you work and how much effort you put in, you just can't seem to get ahead financially the way you'd like? Has it ever happened to you that the end of the month comes around and you find yourself asking, where did all my money go? You're not alone in this, trust me. It's happened to many of us, and we can all learn from these mistakes. Today, I want to talk to you from the heart. We're going to uncover the 7 most common financial mistakes that are sabotaging your future. These are mistakes you might be making without even realizing it. Mistakes that are keeping you stuck, living paycheck to paycheck, or constantly stressed about money. But hey, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to help. I made several of these mistakes myself in the past, and I know how frustrating it can be. What matters is that you're here today, ready to take the reins of your financial life. Get ready for an in-depth, educational, and motivating video. We're going to dig into each mistake with real-life examples, personal reflections, and practical advice so you can avoid them and course correct. I want you to experience this video like a conversation between friends about money, that honest, heartfelt talk we sometimes don't get enough of. So get comfortable, take notes if you can, the information you're about to see is golden. And stay until the end, because mistake number 7 in particular could be a turning point on your path toward financial freedom. Before we get started, one small ask. If you're interested in improving your finances and reaching your goals, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos packed with useful tips. Give me a like if this topic interests you. That way I'll know you want more content like this. And as we go along, if you relate to any of these points, leave a comment sharing your experience. Your participation matters because we're all learning together here. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. These are the 7 financial mistakes that are sabotaging your future and, more importantly, how you can start avoiding them today. Let's go! Mistake 1. Not having a clear budget. The first mistake, and one of the most common, is not keeping a budget. Ignoring the power of budgeting is like navigating the financial ocean without a compass or a map. Imagine your money is a ship. Without a budget, that ship drifts aimlessly, with no set destination. Have you ever reached the end of the month wondering, where did my paycheck go? Because money seems to slip right through your fingers? That usually happens when you don't have a plan for your money. A budget is the GPS of your money. It tells you where it should go, instead of leaving you wondering where it went. Let me share something personal. I didn't used to keep a budget either. Every month I'd get my paycheck and think it would cover everything, but somehow the money magically disappeared. A little coffee here, a dinner out there, impulse buys, random splurges. By the last week of the month, my account was in the red. I was so frustrated not knowing where I'd spent so much. You know what I discovered? That a lot of those were latte factor expenses, those small daily purchases, the morning coffee, the water bottle, the magazine, the impulsive dessert, that seem insignificant on their own but added up to a major hole in my wallet by month's end. Why is not having a budget such a big deal? Because if you don't tell your money where to go, it decides for itself. And usually, it decides poorly. Without a budget, it's easy to overspend on things you don't need while neglecting what really matters. Saving, investing, and your future goals. It's like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. No matter how much more you earn, it all slips away before you can truly benefit from it. So how do we fix this? The good news is that this mistake has an immediate solution. Creating a budget isn't something reserved only for accountants or math geniuses. Not at all. It's a basic skill that anyone can learn. Here are some simple steps I recommend. Write down your income and expenses. Grab a pen and paper, or a spreadsheet, or an app, whatever works for you, and write down all your monthly income. Then list all your expenses. From the big ones, rent, mortgage, bills, to the small ones, tips, that mid-afternoon snack. Be very honest and detailed with yourself. This financial snapshot is your starting point. Categorize your expenses. Separate them into categories. Fixed expenses, the ones you pay every month no matter what, like housing, transportation, utilities. Necessary variable expenses, like food, gas, etc., and discretionary or lifestyle expenses, dining out, clothing, subscriptions, etc. Seeing these categories will help you identify where the bulk of your money is actually going. Set limits and goals. Decide how much to allocate to each category at the start of the month. For example, I'll spend no more than X dollars on food, no more than Y on entertainment. Also set a savings or investment goal and treat it like a mandatory expense. Pay yourself first. A popular rule is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income toward needs, 30% toward personal wants, and at least 20% toward savings and investing. Adjust the percentages to fit your reality, but always try to set something aside for your future. Do weekly check-ins. A budget is useless if you make it and then forget it in a drawer. Review it every week. Compare what you've spent to what you budgeted. If you see that a category is already hitting its limit, red alert. Pull back on those expenses for the rest of the month. It might feel like a chore at first, but trust me, over time it becomes a routine and you'll actually feel a sense of calm knowing you're in control. Applying a budget to my life was a complete game changer. The first time I stuck to my plan and saw that I had money left over to save at the end of the month, it felt like I had given myself a raise. You can do it too. Start simple, even if your income is modest. The key is building the habit. At the beginning of each month, sit down with your favorite drink and turn budgeting into a positive ritual. Put on some music if you want. Involve your partner or family if it applies. Make planning your finances something exciting, because it truly is. With every number you decide on, you're designing your future. Do you keep a monthly budget? If not, I challenge you to start this very weekend. Make a list of your expenses and share in the comments what your biggest surprise was when you looked at your numbers. I guarantee that awareness is the first step toward improvement. And if you already budget, congratulations. Comment which tool you use, a notebook, Excel, an app, to inspire other members of this community. Not having a budget was the first big mistake. Now let's move on to the next one, which is closely tied to this one and is often the very reason a budget fails to work. Mistake 2. Not tracking your spending or using financial tools. The second mistake that sabotages your financial future is not keeping track of your daily expenses and not taking advantage of the financial tools, many of them free, that exist to make your life easier. In other words, you're winging it with your finances, relying on your memory or on what you think you're spending, instead of leaning on the technology and systems that could give you much greater clarity. What happens when you don't track your spending? You'll almost certainly overspend. It's like trying to lose weight without ever stepping on a scale. Maybe you're eating healthy, but without measuring, you have no idea whether you're making progress or not. Same with money. If you don't record your expenses, some will slip your mind, others you'll underestimate, and by the end of the month the total will catch you off guard, and not in a good way. A typical example. You go to the grocery store without a list or a budget in mind. You start tossing things into the cart, confident it's probably within your budget. You get to the register and, boom, the total is higher than expected. Has that happened to you? Or maybe you take cash out of the ATM on Monday and by Thursday you have no idea where it went. Just a few coins left, but no clear memory of any big purchases. Those are the symptoms of a lack of control. Now let's talk about tools. We're living in the 21st century, the digital age. There are mobile apps and computer programs that make managing your finances a breeze. If you're not using them, you're literally making the job harder than it needs to be. It would be like insisting on hand washing your clothes when you've got a perfectly good washing machine right next to you. So why not use it? Some useful tools. Personal finance apps. There are plenty of options like Mint, Inab, You Need a Budget, FinTonic, Wallet, and others. These apps let you log your expenses easily. Some connect directly to your bank accounts and automatically categorize where your money is going: food, transportation, entertainment, etc. They'll even send you alerts if you're approaching a spending limit. Imagine having a personal financial assistant right in your pocket. Spreadsheets, Excel, Google Sheets if you prefer something more customizable. A solid Excel sheet never fails. You can download ready-made budget templates or build your own. The great thing is that you can create charts to see where your money is going month over month. Sometimes seeing those spending pie charts is a real eye-opener. Banking tools. Many banks offer categorized spending summaries right in their web or mobile apps. If your bank offers this, use it. It can show you things like, this month you spent this much at restaurants, this much on gas, this much on online shopping. Take advantage of it to spot patterns. The problem with not using these tools is that you're flying blind. I used to think recording expenses was boring and that I could keep track of it all mentally. How wrong I was. There was always something slipping through the cracks. Now, every time I pay for anything, I pull out my phone and log the expense in my finance app. It takes no more than 10 seconds, seriously. At the end of the week, I review it, and it's like reading the battle log of my money. I can spot things like, ouch, I spent way too much eating out this week, better rein it in next week, or nice, I spent less on transportation than I budgeted for, I can move that extra into savings. How do you start tracking your expenses? Here are some practical tips. Use the method that works best for you. Whether it's an app, a notebook, phone notes, the important thing is that you write down every expense. Find the approach that's comfortable for you. If you're more old school, carry a small notepad. If you're tech-savvy, use an app. But do it in the moment, because if you leave it for later, you'll forget. Review daily or weekly. At the end of the day, take a quick look at what you spent. It doesn't even take 5 minutes. Or at the very least, do a general review every Sunday of everything from the week. Use alerts or spending limits. Many apps let you set spending goals. For example, a maximum of $100 on entertainment this week. If you go over, you'll get an alert. It works like a little alarm that says, "Hey, watch what you're spending." If you don't use apps, you can still set manual calendar reminders. For instance, check if I've already spent X on restaurants this pay period. Automate payments and savings. Another way to put technology to work for you is automation. Schedule automatic transfers to your savings account on the day you get paid, so you save before you have a chance to spend it. Set up autopay for bills to avoid late fees and penalties. The fewer things you have to remember manually, the better. When you track your spending, instead of feeling restricted, over time you actually feel free and empowered. Because it's no longer money controlling you, you're controlling it. You stop dreading the idea of checking your bank balance. Come on, who hasn't avoided looking out of fear? On the contrary, you start to look forward to it with curiosity and motivation, because you know every dollar is accounted for and working exactly the way you decided. What doesn't get measured can't be improved. If you've never kept a record of your expenses before, getting started might feel a little daunting, but you'll see it's absolutely worth it. Every number you write down is a step toward true financial awareness. Tell me, do you currently use an app or any method to track your spending? Drop a comment below sharing which one you'd recommend, or let me know if you're planning to start one after hearing this. If this tip is making you think, okay, I need to do this right now, give the video a like so I know it's been helpful. Getting your spending under control will set you up perfectly for our next point. Because even when you budget and track carefully, life can still surprise you with unexpected situations. Today we took the first steps toward taking control of your finances. Having a budget and properly tracking your expenses might sound basic, but trust me, it's the launchpad for real, lasting change. And the best is yet to come. In the next 3 parts, I'm going to reveal mistakes that many people make while thinking they're doing the right thing, but that are actually holding back their financial growth. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe now and hit the bell, because each new video will bring you one step closer to the financial life you deserve. One with freedom, security, and purpose. See you in the next part. And fair warning, what's coming might shake up the way you see money forever.